Hello, this is Terry from Fabric Junction, and today I'm going to show you another one of our fabulous blocks, 6.5-inch blocks that we have been posting on our blog at fabricjunctionjewels.blogspot.com. Here are the blocks that I have made for the quilt that I'm doing on the blog, and I'm going to show you how to make those blocks, but I turned it into a pot holder. Simple, great block. I'm sure you've recognized it by now. It's the double pinwheel. These are fun, very easy, have been around a long time, and they look great no matter how you use them. In a pillow, baby blanket, regular blanket, whatever you decide. It consists of basically 3 squares in each squares. I want it to look like a square when I'm done. 3 triangles. 3 triangles in each of the squares, and you'll have 4 sections when we're done. It is very simple. You'll cut squares, split them, and then sew them back together. What I do is I start with the smaller ones, of course. I line it up on my corner, and I'm going to sew this one together. Now the only thing that you really need to watch for when you're doing this is you have to be consistent on where you sew them. As you saw, I have my orange color on the top, my white on the bottom. If I had reversed it, it would have reversed it here. So you want to be consistent. That's the one thing to watch for, that you stay consistent in sewing so that it creates your pinwheel. That would be the only thing I can really think of that you need to watch for on this particular one. Once we have the 2 together, I go through and I line up my top, and in this case I'm going to clip the little dog ear off of this one. It'll make it easier for me to see. I line it up here, I go down the side, go down this side, and then this is where I'm going to sew. Now with that, we have made our section to go in our double pinwheel. Clean off the dog ears, line it up. I was going to say keep turning until you have it, and you should see the smaller pinwheel, the larger pinwheel. Now I'm going to quickly sew those together. And like with everything, I grab the one to the right, flip it onto the left. I can line up my piece on my intersection here. And I do the same here. And what I'm lining up is these 2 parts that line up. And then kind of straighten the rest of it out. Make sure I didn't get it twisted. There we go. I open it up to double check that I have my parts going the right way. Yes. Now I'm going to fold it the other way before I press it. And I line up the center, and I generally do it by feel, but you can also do it this way. Stick a pin in right at that intersection and bring it across, and do the same thing on the other side. Find where that crosses over and line those up, pushing one of your selvage to the left and one to the right. Once those are lined up, I put my finger there, and then I just kind of straighten out. Yep, it's going to straighten out. Now I put another second pin nice and close, and I pull this one out. And that'll help you line those up. to one side. A little bit thick right there, so it sometimes it's a little slow starting. Now I see my intersection. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll switch. But here's my intersection. I know that's where I want to cross, is right there. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. But that's where I want the machine to go. And I pay attention to that, and sometimes I'm right on the money. Sometimes it's a 1/4 inch. Maybe the next time it's just a hair less than a 1/4 inch. The next time it's a hair bigger. The key is to cross that intersection, because that's what visually keeps the center of your block actually not bad, looking beautiful. Once I have put my block together, I go back and I do a press, get everything to lay down. Oh, I like that. It's gorgeous. Now it's time for border. So when I do my border, I sew onto my sides. And these pieces are 6.5 by 1.5, or 1.5 by 6.5. The other ones are 1.5 by 8.5. And I sew them on the top and the bottom. So in essence, I have my pot holder put together. So now we're going to finish up our pot holder. Take your back piece, make sure it's bigger than what you need. Add a piece of batting, or not, you don't have to. You can do just a piece of Insulbright if you'd like. This is Insulbright. It's intended to work for our pot holders. I like to add a piece of both. Sometimes I only add the one, but if you're only going to do the cotton batting, you may need 3 to 4 layers to make sure that you're through all the thicknesses. Take your block, center it on here, and I just kind of move like this to get it to lay nice and flat. And when I have it flat, I stick just a couple pins in, just to kind of keep it there. So now it's on here, it's pinned. Do your quilting, free motion, stitch in the ditch, whatever type of quilting you want. When you're done, trim and add your binding. When I add my binding, once I get down to the end, like you see on here, I have a tail. And the tail is generally longer than what I need. So I measure out 6 inches, I flip it, I cut it off. Then I take that cut, I fold it, and by that time you're stitching here, you know, because you're putting the last of your binding on. When you're done, I just fold it back. It's got an extra little tail here, but I fold it back, stitch it down, and there is your pot holder. Now, if none of that part made sense, go check out our video. We do have a video on binding a pot holder, because I am a machine binder. I don't do anything by hand anymore, so I bind from the back to the front, and the video explains all of that. Get my pieces kind of moved around here. Either way, we're delighted that you joined us today to watch our video on a double pinwheel. Check us out at Junction Jewels. Excuse me. Check us out at junctionfabric.com. That is our website. And fabricjunctionjewels.blogspot.com is our blog. We'd love to have you join us at our website, on our YouTube, and on our blog site, or stop in and visit us if you have the time. Thank you again for watching us, and we appreciate you taking the time.